time. Real talk, real hip hop and R&B. Way too nice.
After teaching now.
Ah, see. It makes
We're in Skyway Studios.
Skyway Studios. We have Donta Deisel in the building.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Donta Deisel, illadelStyles Ent. What's good with y'all?
What's good, man?
Yo, man, we lounging. We just coming back from DC yesterday. You know what I mean? We was down there promoting a mixtape and doing radio personality interviews and all that good stuff. So we just chilling right now, you know?
Okay. Alright, so I see you brought people with you. We got True and we got
Reese Bang and one hand, a tight circle in the building. So say what's up to the people.
Hey man, you already know we in here tight circles now in your area and we here to stay, man. We in here.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about the mixtape. What type of feel does it have? What can we get from it?
Wow, you know what I'm saying? It's original. And that's hard to say for a lot of people in this industry. A lot of people aren't original. They're not using original beats. They're not using original style. It's really not a mixtape. It's called a street album. We got 14 cuts on there. Every cut that you hear on there is different from the next. You won't hear repetitive bass thumps. You won't hear repetitive lyrics. You won't hear repetitive styles. Everything is different. The whole concept is different. The purpose of the Underdogs is basically we're the crew everybody slept on. We the type of individuals that if we're not part of the fad, you know what I'm saying? Like our mixture is we have that down south flow, but at the end of the day, we East Coast bred, born and raised. So we know exactly how to mix the two and come up with combinations each time. True is the youngest artist from out the group, and basically he has that today flow. Tight Circle is what I would call the premier veterans of the group. You know what I'm saying? One half Reese Rawbanger is here today, one half of Tight Circle, and they have that old school. They can mix it with the new school, but you know me, I got butter. You know what I'm saying? So my beats is butter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The whole flavor I bring to the table. I can do old, new. It don't matter. Like I'm versatile with this thing.
Now you got your label started in 2001.
Yo, I mean, I went to Temple University under the Pass program, and I wanted to do a non-profit because at the time I was ministering in church, and I was actually doing a non-profit for the church. And at the time I said, you know what, I've been in the music business since '91. Okay. So if you go back to '91 and do some research, you'll know I was with Simon Rosen, from who was actually Cassidy's lawyer. And he had a record label called Simon Says Records, and I made a record with him with a female named Baby Heather. And with that transpired into me doing shows, going to Baltimore, ATL, just different places, and just learning the industry. You know, I've been to New York. I opened up for Big X from Biggie, KRS-One, MC Hammer, you name it.
Now let me ask you a question. You opened up for them guys. Did any of them artists did you ever meet, had a chance to talk to, or get some feel or some advice?
I mean, backstage you get all kinds of stuff, but you know, you gotta remember when you backstage, it's more lollygag, more drinking, whatever they do. You know what I'm saying? And so you don't really get the true feeling, the true meaning of what they're trying to say unless you're in the studio with them. So I would say when I met them and got a chance to talk, especially Biggie, like Biggie was on his fresh coming out the box. Like I remember, I get a story. I was with, I used to be the night manager at Dance's nightclub for Bobby Dance. And I opened up for Jay-Z when he used to rock the Hawaiian shirts. And you know, it was crazy. Jay-Z, nobody wasn't feeling him at the time. He was just something new off the table, you know what I'm saying? And then he came in there, and then MOP came in and rocked the joint, you know what I'm saying? Made him look totally different, you know what I'm saying? And then that's when he came out and did his thing, and history speaks for itself. But when you speak to these guys back in the day, back then, everybody was fresh. Everybody, you know, the rap scene was more open. You know what I'm saying? Right now, everybody's tough guy, you know what I mean, killer, you know what I'm saying? So at that time, everybody was just having fun with the game, you know what I mean? You know, if you could freestyle, that was cool. If you messed up, it was cool. Today, like, if you mess up, you whack. You know, like, it was a different aura. Right now, today, everybody's aura got to be this tough thing. And when I was coming up, it was just a little different, and I loved it then. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not saying I don't love the game now, because I love the game, period. But I think in order for people to sell records, I think they have to get back to reaching out to the fans. And that's the problem right now, that you'll get a lot of artists that get signed or whatever, and they don't do those free shows no more, or they don't do those walk past and sign an autograph anymore. One, I can understand it from their standpoint of view. They don't know if they're gonna get shot. But the other aspect of it is that if you don't reach out to your fans and show that you're real, then you don't have long standing in the game. You know what I'm saying? You here today, going tomorrow.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, I love the game back then. You know what I'm saying? But right now, we on this illadelStyles. That's the name of the company. It started in 2001.
Right.
And basically, from that point on, I didn't just do music. I was actually doing videos back then too.
Right.
But I went to Art Institute of Philadelphia, and I've learned like the behind the scenes stuff, and I got a chance to do some video production and audio production with Scott Storch.
Right.
Wow.
Now, how was that? How was that experience working with Scott Storch?
I mean, we on radio, and I'm gonna keep it 100. Okay. I'm gonna keep it 100, seriously. When we was in the studio, Simon Rosen gave him a consignment, gave me a consignment deal where he gave me some cash up front, where he paid Scott Storch to do some music. And back then, and he was 19, 20. He was smoking a lot of weed. You know what I'm saying? So really, I could have been out.
Right.
Really, but the project was weak. Like, he gave me a 3-song demo package, and he was smoking so much weed, and he got the money up front. I've learned that from the game. Never give a nigga money up front until he finished the project. Right. But we gave him the money up front, and he messed up the whole project. Like he just threw together anything. I mean, and downstairs from him was the Rocs recording Static. So I got to meet Questlove. I was in a cypher with Black Thought. It was like I said back then, it was just more love and more open.
And now it's just like, you feel like, I mean, in the music industry is always business.
Right.
And you've been in the game, like, more than 15 years?
More than 15 years.
So you saw, like, when you talk, you've seen the transition from it being hip-hop, raunchy, raw hip-hop,
right,
to, like,
bubblegum rap.
To bubblegum rap now. Like, everything just is not, you don't really hear the lyrical person no more. Everybody wants the lyric, where he at?
That don't sell records.
Exactly.
Okay, and
exactly.
You got to remember too, our society, and please don't get me wrong. I love my fans and I love where we at right now. But our society kind of dumbed down. We have become more of a social network media and not a conscious media. You know, we believe everything we see instead of creating our own lanes. Like right back in the day, you can go into the club and do your own little dance, the wop, whatever. Yeah. And you be in your own little lane and everybody like, yo, he kicking it.
Smooth.
Today, you go in the club and you do that, niggas, people gonna look at you like you weird.
Right.
And they gonna look at you and say, you know, matter of fact, my man James, he dances in the club. He got kicked out the many clubs because he dances totally different. If you ain't doing the wobble, yo, I'm trying to tell you, if you ain't
wait a minute.
If you ain't doing the group dance,
wait a minute,
you out the club.
So he was dancing.
He was doing his own thing.
Did he pay to get in there?
He paid to get in.
So
he left.
Hold up, wait.
Not if I pay my money.
If I pay my money,
you gotta listen.
You know what I'm saying?
There are clubs today that if you look different or don't fit in with the crowd, you kind of stand out and you cause what they call drama. And if they think of you as a drama person, you gotta step.
Wow. You mind me asking though, you gotta put the club out there. Where was this at?
I ain't putting no clubs out there. It was in Philly though.
It was in Philly? Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And it happens in New York too. Yo, the scene totally changed. Yo, I seen every generation. I'm gonna tell you right now, when you, back in the day, you could dance and do your own thing. Today, if you ain't fitting in with the wobble and doing everything, them line dances, you out of here.
Well, I'm going to the wrong clubs. I go to clubs where people don't dance. I'm the only one dancing, and they looking at me like, what you doing?
Crazy. They looking at you like you crazy.
Like I should be standing on the wall.
Right, you should be standing on the wall because they like, and then the music today is totally different. Let me give you another example, and DJs can contest. Back in the day, they could play beats per minute, 100 beats or more. 100, 115, 120, and that was time for people to sweat. You can't go in the club and sweat today. All the beats are 80 beats per minute, 80 to 86. That sets the tone for slow dancing. That sets the tone for slow mentality. You know what I'm saying? To you getting weeded and then seeing some drama in the corner and maybe go and start something. That sets the tone for that type stuff.
We'll get back into that on the other side. And also, we'll talk about the video you guys just dropped, Flex.
Ah, yes.
We'll be right back.
PhillyRocs.com. PhillyRocs.com.